Peter Schiff says Nike won't build factories in U.S. They will sell to countries like China, a much better strategy amid Trump tariffs. An article written by, I need y'all to start having more regular names. God damn, that was racist. Kaustubh, Cody.
I mean,
or Yahoo Finance.
This could be a segment in itself. He's trying to pronounce
me butchering names. Economist Peter Schiff warned recently that Nike won't shift production to the United States despite newly imposed tariffs. And I think I talked about this in a previous episode where they tried to see if they could manufacture here in the States, and you can't. And the funny thing is everybody's like, oh, that'll be jobs. Guess what, Joe? It was all automation. If they do bring jobs here, it ain't for you. It's going to be for robots. People like me are going to be good because they're always going to need electricians and engineers and shit like that. But if they can have robots put a shoe together, they would, right? But they couldn't because putting together shoes still requires a human touch. And they found that out quickly, so it didn't work. So, yeah. Anyway, despite newly imposed tariffs, predicting higher prices and reduced domestic sales for the footwear giant. Peter wrote on X. Peter wrote on Twitter. I hate X. I don't know why.
I mean, that's what it's called.
I know it's stupid, but Peter wrote on Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter. Your mama named you Twitter. I'm calling you Twitter.
His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Nike won't build factories in the U.S. to make sneakers. That would add more costs than the 40% tariffs. I've said this too. I'm gonna let him say it because maybe him saying it makes
because he's an economist.
Yeah, there you go.
But then since he's an economist, he don't know how the economy works.
Yeah, he's part of the swamp. Yeah. The results will be fewer sneakers sold in the U.S. at much higher prices. When questioned whether
been saying that.
When questioned whether Nike might absorb tariff costs while building domestic factories, Peter dismissed the idea, suggesting Nike would instead redirect products, saying they will eventually sell more sneakers to consumers in other countries instead as they buy what Americans can no longer afford. I said this how many shows ago? Like, if you actually think about it, and you act like if you actually thought about what it would take for all this stuff to happen in your, nationalist utopia, like this shit, none of it spells affordable for you. None of it. Because everything gets passed down to you, the consumer, right? Just think about it in just basic business principle, right? If I was to start a business, first thing I have to figure out is, what am I selling, right? Now I got to find some type of way to produce what I'm selling, right? That's called overhead, right? The facilities, the workers, whatever benefits they need, whatever equipment I need, all that is a part of my overhead, right? And then once I factor in my overhead, then I come up with a retail price for the product that not only compensates for the overhead, but then gives me revenue.
Profit
to not only reinvest in my business so that, it grows, but then also to pay myself and, and bonuses and also just to have some capital, right? So that's just a basic business premise, right? So if there's higher tariffs, that goes towards my overhead. So now I have to compensate for that overhead.
Yeah, you got to raise your prices up
in order to keep my profits either the same, right?
Just exactly. To keep that number exactly where it's been at, the easiest move and the only move that makes sense,
right?
You have to raise your prices up. That's the only way.
And it's like, you ain't even got to know nothing else. If you just understood that, then you would understand why this makes no fucking sense.
Well, because here's the flip side of it. Say hypothetically you don't raise your prices up, and you're like, you know what? I'll just source cheaper materials. Now quality goes down.
And now my sales go down because people are not buying my shit no more. And guess what? Guess who gets affected? The worker. Because now I got to lay off people because now we're not making as much no more. Stupid fucks. I swear to God. Maybe Peter Schiff saying it. Maybe,
I mean, it's simple to me. Like, it's logic.
Logic ain't logical no more.
He ain't lying.
I don't think you need an MBA to be able to understand this.
Apparently you do. The comments come as Nike shares plummeted 14.44% recently after Trump announced sweeping reciprocal tariffs affecting Nike's supply chain. Vietnam, where Nike produces nearly 50% of its footwear, faces a 46% tariff increase. You motherfuckers voted for this. I to this day, people in history, 100 years from now, are going to look back at this moment in American history, if we're still a country, and they're going to be like, the fuck were y'all doing? The same way we look back at Rome and look at some of the dumbass decisions they made near the end of their, empire. Goldman Sachs identified Nike among several retailers with high exposure to the new tariffs, which include a 34% rate for China and 32% for Indonesia, both key manufacturing locations for the company. Consumer discretionary stocks were particularly hard hit, with Nike's competitors also suffering substantial losses. Lululemon fell 9.28%.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And Adidas shares decline on its 39% Vietnamese manufacturing exposure. Analysts warn that brands will need to adjust pricing, like we just said, negotiate with vendors, and optimize costs to protect margins. Now, I'm going to tell you about the whole vendor thing, because once again, we see this in the auto industry. Them operating or trying to negotiate with vendors,
usually
that's going swell, right? Go to a dealership right now and need a part. Go to a dealership and need a part. Okay, case in point, I have a company vehicle, right? We're first in line for a lot of shit, right? I think I went in there April or May. All I needed was a new part for my radio. It's August, and I'm just now, they called me just last week to tell me that part finally came in. But negotiating with vendors, because of all this shit that's going on now, is how you get there, because the vendors, they got mouths to feed too. So they looking at so if I'm Stellantis and I'm telling my vendors, okay, look, we gotta negotiate something different, because our business is struggling. They looking like, okay, well, our business is struggling too. We can't afford to take the hits just like you can't afford to take the hits.
Exactly.
So now you want us to do what? Now you want to give us less money for the same products? Fuck you. So now they sitting on product because that's the only leverage they got, right? Because we talk about a negotiation.
Or the flip side is you want us to eat your tariff costs.
Yeah, shit rolls downhill. So they looking like, but the vendors, they like, okay, well, the only leverage you got is the products you need. You need these products.
Mm-hmm.
You need these, so we're not going to supply you shit until you give us what we want. And, so the big companies are like, okay, well, we can't now, it's going to cost us more money to go find another supplier to do what we've been getting. And they won't give us products. So they kind of between a rock and a hard place. And so then they end up paying the suppliers, right? What they are rightfully due, by the way. But then guess what they do? Raise the price on the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not gonna eat.
They've already incurred their loss. It's all about how do I keep my profit margin right where it's at, or if I got to take a loss, how can I take as small of a loss as possible?
Exactly.
I'm not about to take that big of a. I'm not going to take that big of a loss.
Once again, usually by this time, we're already introducing like the 2026s, right? Case in point, as of March last year, we was already rolling out 2025s. The new Rams, the new Wagoneers, everything 2025.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. I haven't seen anything 2026. You ain't seen
shit for 2026 yet because fuck
that.
You know what I'm saying?
You actually did make me think about it. You are right about that. I haven't.
Right. There's a reason for that.
We in August.
Yeah. We're going to actually be in 2026 before you see it 2026.
I mean, again, but it's why I said, like, in terms of, like, yeah, you can do some manufacturing here in terms of, like, automotive industry. You can do some here. Yeah. But again, you need those parts. And where do you have to get a lot of those parts from? The computer chips. Where do you have to get those from? Yeah. You don't manufacture that here.
And Biden had a thing. He had the agreement where they was going to make the chips here, and then Trump was like, fuck that.
Just because it was Biden.
Because, it's like, okay. Dummies. Let me see, where we at? Wedbush securities analyst Dan Ives called the tariffs worse than the worst case scenario, with particular concern about the China and Taiwan tariffs impact on supply chains and demand. Nike lags behind Lululemon, Columbia Sportswear, Under Armour, Skechers, VF Corp, and On Holdings struggling with negative growth and momentum. Benzinga Edge stock rankings also indicates a bearish price trend for Nike across short and long-term periods. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I just remember, you know, and this is why it's funny, because they say people who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. And, you know, in this country, you know, the relationship with history has been kind of touch and go. And it's funny because you live long, like if you're old enough to remember the Bush administration, people were just so gung-ho about a second term. And you look at how excited they were for at the beginning of that second term to how everybody literally wanted to distance themselves from him.
They wanted him out as soon as they
to the
could get
point
him
where
out.
they didn't even want him even campaigning for John McCain. They was like, no, like, get out of here. Matter of fact, there's an SNL skit where Will Ferrell is playing George Bush. I forgot who was playing John McCain, but he was like, whenever you see this face, think of me. Whenever you think of John McCain, I want you to think of George Bush. Like, it was so fucking funny because they tried their hardest to do, because it was like, at that point, it was like everything was going to shit. But it was like, first of all, George Bush wasn't the smartest dude, which is funny because if you look back now, like compared to Trump, like George Bush was like a fucking genius.
Wasn't as bad.
George Bush was like Socrates compared to fucking Donald Trump. It's crazy. But that's how far we've gone, right? Or George Bush was like a genius.